Interesting. When it comes to your number this week, it's simply number 2. And I say interesting only because, my God, this week it's going to be so important to you, what people think and how people feel about what exactly you are about to do. Okay, and having said that, when it comes to the beginning of this week, I mean, it's all going to start with this beautiful experience you are going to have in itself. Something is gonna happen at around the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Pisces, and it's about to turn your life around. You are going to have a really positive experience at around the beginning of this week, a really meaningful experience. And the reason why I say this and what kind of meaningful experience, what kind of meaningful experience you are going to have and why? Well, let me tell you how all this is going to start. You are about to overcome some kind of a problem. You are about to overcome some kind of a challenge. You are about to overcome some kind of a difficult issue. And that's why I started this reading with the fact that, and that's why I started this reading with, you are going to have such a beautiful experience, such a meaningful experience at around the beginning of this week. And this is exactly what I was referring to. And this is exactly what I was thinking about. This is exactly what I was focusing on. I was focusing on the fact that you will find out, that you overcame some kind of a difficult problem, some kind of a difficult challenge. Okay, some kind of a heavy and negative challenge indeed. And this in itself is going to be the beginning of such a beautiful, such a meaningful experience. It's going to blow you away at that moment in time, because now you are going to have control over those things that have been holding you back. Now you are going to have control over those things in life that have been preventing you to move forward with your life. Now you are going to have control over those things that have been preventing you to walk away from things that no longer serve you. My God. And most importantly, now you are going to have a control over those things in life that have been preventing you from making such an intelligent choice, and you will know what this is, because the moment in time, my gorgeous Pisces, I'm not being funny, baby, but the moment in time you find out about this problem, that you overcame this difficult problem, at that moment in time you are instantly going to be reminded of this intelligent choice you've had. Some kind of intelligent choice in life that you need to get on with, like immediately. And this is why you're gonna feel so happy. Not only because now you have control over those things that have been holding you back, but what's instantly going to be on your mind is this intelligent choice. Something that you wanted to do for ages, but you couldn't do. Something that you wanted to do for ages, but you couldn't do. It's to do with who you are. It's to do with your soul. It's to do with your spirit. It's to do with your uniqueness. It's to do with your beauty. It's to do with your power. It's to do with your desires, my gorgeous Pisces. It's to do with things that you feel so determined about. It's to do with things that, make you feel so good about yourself, makes you feel good about your life, when it comes to this intelligent choice. So this is what this is all boiling down to. The moment in time you find out that this big problem has come to an end, at that moment in time you're going to perk up instantly, because you are going to be reminded of this intelligent choice in life. Before you couldn't do anything about it. before there was nothing you could do, and this is why now you're gonna feel so happy. Your life is instantly going to change because you are just going to put this as a priority number one, like instantly. There is no doubt about it whatsoever. And there is a new plan, some kind of a new plan that you are indeed going to come up with. And the fact that this is a new plan, well, maybe you wanted to do this earlier, maybe you wanted to do this before and it didn't work out for you, and maybe you had some kind of a negative experience with this before, but you must not allow this to put you off. Maybe you didn't even start with this, and maybe a certain time passed in between and you changed. We all changed. We all change, we are changing every day, and that's completely understandable. But it's like I can see how so I can see you like thinking about this, being reminded of this really intelligent choice in life, something you wanted to do for absolute ages, and only you will know what this is, because the moment in time you realize that you overcame this big problem that was initially preventing you to take this really seriously, to take this on the next level, like back then, for example, because I do know that this is not something that is just on your mind just now for the first time in your life. No, baby, no. This is something that you've been dealing with before. This is something that has been on your mind before, but only now your mind is going to be refreshed and you are indeed going to be reminded of it, my gorgeous Pisces. And now the difference is that you are, it's the beginning of a really nice end of that. Now you're going to have this hope, now you're going to have this confidence, and I do know for a fact that when it comes to this intelligent choice in life, listen to me very carefully. I did say that you're going to need to come up with a new plan, blah blah blah, but that doesn't mean that you will know everything you need to do, like, oh, step by step. Oh my God, you listen to me very carefully. There is lots of uncertainties here, but you need to go with this flow, baby. You need to go with this flow. You're really powerful at the moment. So not everything is going to be obvious. So I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. No, baby, no. There are lots of uncertain things going on over here. It doesn't matter. Things are going to come up, and when things come up, you're going to deal with them. It's even better way of like kind of going forward in life. And especially when it comes to like such a beautiful stages, like right now, you are going through. Absolutely brilliant. So there are some kind of uncertainties that you are going to have about this particular path ahead. Not everything is going to be like obvious what you're going to do, but you must not allow this to put you off, because things are just going to beautifully come naturally to you. You need to be sharp right now. You need to be quick right now. This is a lot to do. What you're doing right now, this is not only an intelligent choice, but you're being very mature. You're being very responsible with yourself, with your life, and you, of course, you need to be like a really persistent. But you are able to do this. You can do this, and you are going to. And yes, there is a little compromise you are going to need to make. But it's not a big mama whatsoever. This one little compromise you are going to need to make, well, let me tell you, my baby, this compromise is going to come up in mosquitoes are like having a ball here. Yeah, this compromise, it's gonna come up in the form of you dealing with something or starting something you had difficulties with, and it's part of all this, and this is gonna be putting you off, and this is the compromise that I see. Just you starting something that you already had lots of difficulties with, but you must not allow this to put you off, and that's the only compromise that I'm seeing here. But you're going to be absolutely fine. Do you understand what I mean? So there is going to be a compromise that you're going to need to have when it comes to this, but the only compromise is going to come in the form of you really kind of needing to start something that you already had problems with, you already had difficulties with, and maybe something that you felt embarrassed about at some stage of your life. but you are just going to come out much stronger. You're going to come out on top, and you're going to be absolutely fine. You are going to begin to understand things about yourself and things about your life you never understood before. And this is your light. This is the energy that is going to be keep on pushing you forward. But at the same time, you know, you're reaching towards enlightenment. So you can't go wrong, my gorgeous Pisces whatsoever. And also when it comes to the beginning of this week, somebody like in your life, somebody really artistic, for example, somebody who's very arty, somebody who's very artistic is going to start something, is about to start something that they will really regret, you know, and you will talk to this person, or that person is going to talk to you, and even if you don't know what this is, you will most certainly going to find out. You're going to most certainly find out about it right at the beginning of this week. So that particular artistic person, somebody in your life, it's about to start something, and I'm worried about it so much because it's maybe to do with like the beginning of some kind of a contract, you know, or maybe they're going to sign something and they've been led towards something that will be really not really good for them. And when you find out what this is, I mean, you're instantly going to have these alarm bells. And I really need you to kind of like a step in and say what your opinion is when it comes to this particular person. It's just so important because, you know, you are going to feel so angry with yourself that you didn't say anything in the first place, because it's to do with something that if this person starts right now, it's going to be like kind of again impossible for this person to come out of it. This cricket is like, hello my darling, you're okay there, yeah? You're right there, yeah? You're louder, it's okay, you're louder, yeah? There's another one here, I'm done, yeah? I'm like in the sea, in the world of crickets, honestly. Yeah, so cute. I do absolutely adore crickets, by the way. But they can be so big, you know? They just land on you and they're like this big, you know, and it's like, oh, you know, you're just like kind of like, because they're so heavy, you know, it's like, oh, you know. Yeah, so please, for the love of God, just try to like kind of talk to this person, and you will see the subject is going to come up, and try to put this person off this like at all costs, my gorgeous Pisces, indeed. And at around the midweek, there is some kind of a reunion I'm seeing here. You are going to find out that somebody is about to return into your life. But then again, I'm not talking necessarily about Mr. Lover or anything like that, you know what I mean? I'm talking about like somebody maybe who used to be part of your childhood, or somebody who used to be in your life like a very long time ago, and you know, somebody who has got a very special place in your heart. And when that person returns into your life, whether it's going to happen this week or within the next few weeks, I do know that you're going to hear about it when it comes to this week. But as soon as you reconnect with that particular person, there is something very interesting this person is going to tell you. And you should really pay attention to this, what this person is going to tell you. And all I can say about this person, the way I can describe this person is like, they are very, very experienced in life. This particular person has gone through a lot in life that some people are not going to go in their lifetime. So I really strongly recommend you to pay attention what this person is going to tell you about. Something to pay attention to that you didn't even think about, for example. So go for it. Do pay attention to what this person is going to tell you, because it's to do with somebody extremely wise and extremely clever indeed. And also when it comes to the midweek, my gorgeous Pisces, do you know what? You are really kind of going to there is something that you're gonna be really kind of disappointed about a little bit. Something is going to happen at around the midweek, and don't get me wrong, don't allow this to put you off, but there is something that's going to happen at around the midweek, and you're really going to feel just for a minute or two really disappointed with yourself. You're going to feel like, oh, for goodness sake, I made such a big mistake, you know. That's how you're going to feel, like, oh my God, I made such a big mistake. And this is going to like kind of emotionally confuse you. Do you know what? I smell onions. I smell onions, but I don't know. Maybe I'm pregnant. No, I'm joking. Joking. No, honestly, I smell like onions, and there is nowhere to smell onions from. But yeah, anyway, crazy. Absolutely crazy. Maybe they're growing somewhere below me or something. But yeah, anyway, my gorgeous Piscean, yeah, something is going to happen and you're going to feel a little bit disappointed with yourself at around the midweek. Like you're going to realize, oh, I made such a mistake, you know. And this is going to emotionally confuse you. This is going to emotionally... another mosquito, sorry. This is going to emotionally confuse you, my gorgeous Piscean. But then again, it's instantly going to work in your favor. And I know this sounds really crazy. So whatever mistake you made, you know, you were meant to make this mistake because you're about to be revived. You're about to be rejuvenated. For a second, you're gonna feel disappointed with yourself. For a second, you're gonna feel like kind of frustrated with yourself. But then again, honestly, almost instantly, boom, you will be like, no, baby, no. I'm a new person now. I'm much more powerful than this. I'm much stronger than this. And instantly, you are going to turn things around, and it's all to do with your powerful energy and to do what exactly it's going to be on your mind. And instantly, instead of feeling down, instead of feeling emotionally confused, what's going to happen right now, baby? Boom, boom, boom. You're going to be reminded of your goal. You're going to be reminded of this new plan. You're going to be reminded of this intelligent choice. And you are what I was talking about at around the beginning of this week, and you are going to be even more ecstatic. You're going to be even more excited because you will feel on a completely different level, much deeper. You will feel what a big change into your life this is about to bring. So therefore, this is going to make you feel even more active, my gorgeous Piscean. Indeed, absolutely brilliant. And also, by the time you get to the last part of this week, again, this particular herb, something you're gonna see. Oh, look at this, like something is going to get your attention. I don't know where this is gonna happen exactly. I don't know where this is gonna happen exactly, but there's some kind of a herb is going to get your attention. Maybe you're gonna be outside and you're gonna see some kind of a lavender or something, or dandelion or something. It really depends, but you are gonna feel drawn to this herb or a plant and be grateful for it, because there is a reason. Again, you will be guided, you will be led towards this particular herb or a plant. You will feel like really kind of drawn towards. And I can assure you that this is your sign and indication that you should consume this herb or a plant, like maybe drink it like a tea if it's possible, or however. But I can assure you, if you're not too sure of these plants or herb properties you're gonna feel drawn to, I can assure you, like when you check out, like maybe go on Google and try to check like what its properties are, and I can assure you that the very first thing is going to be something you have been kind of suffering from, or something like that. So therefore, with other words, this is indeed going to be really beneficial for you, and I really hope that you don't miss out, you know, on this. There is a herb and a plant for absolutely anything that people can suffer from. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I need you to take this very seriously. And also, when it comes to the last part of this week, you know, you are going to have a really kind of spiritual experience, some kind of a beautiful positive experience. You know what, it's not really, well, it is spiritual, but it's gonna be like maybe something really nice is gonna happen, and other people are gonna be involved in this. Somehow some other people are going to be involved. It's going to be really nice spiritual positive experience again. And I say spiritual because again things are going to be felt on a completely different level. Your third psychic eye is going to be extremely powerful at this moment in time for a reason, and you are going to have a really positive spiritual experience which is going to be involving other people. And I know that this is going to sound really weird, don't get me wrong, but you will be reminded of maybe how unhappy and how lonely you were for a while. Please don't get me wrong, please. But for some reason you're going to realize, or you're going to be reminded of the fact that you felt and you were a little bit lonely and a little bit unhappy for a while. And this is actually going to make you realize what are you missing out in life. This is going to open your eyes, and you're going to start to become a kind of like it's to do with this new initiative, you know, and you are going to kind of seriously realize that there is some kind of adventure. You're going to decide to have some kind of adventure here. But this is to do with your life, with your quality of life, with people, for example. It's involving people, you see. It's you realizing in your life what exactly you're missing out on. And that particular adventure that you're going to decide to have, it's going to be connected to that. You see, and there, when it comes to this adventure, it's not going to happen that long. You are going to realize that, you know, what you need to do in this life to feel complete, you know, and you're going to realize lots of possibilities that you are missing out on in life. So you need to trust yourself when it comes to this, because you are making not only a really wise investment into yourself right now, you're making a really wise investment into your future as well, you know. So this is why I need you to take this very, very seriously indeed. So now, my gorgeous Piscelini, I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards, and I'm going to see what's going to be a tarot card of the week. I'm just going to see what's going to be a tarot card of the week, my gorgeous Piscelini. Let's just see. Ooh la la. You see this? Number 8. 8 of Wands. Surprise, surprise. You can also expect a really positive news, a really positive information. This is a card on its own. When it comes to, you can ignore everything I said so far, because this card is like completely on its own. So don't get too confused. That's why I'm saying this. When it comes to this week, you can also expect a really positive message, and this positive message is going to put a really big smile on your face, because for the first time after absolute ages, there is a progress with certain aspect of your life you didn't have a progress with for a very, very long time, or maybe you've never had a progress, and this is going to put a really big smile on your face indeed. But at the same time, you need to act now when it comes to what the next step is right now. Regardless what's going on in your life, regardless how many problems you may have, you need to understand, when it comes to this, you are going to be absolutely unrestricted. Hello my gorgeous people, just to let you know, I've just started monthly subscriptions, monthly paid subscriptions, and the more people subscribe to this channel, you know, through monthly paid subscriptions, more content I'm going to be able to make. And this is why this is going to be so important. If you would like to subscribe to this channel through this monthly paid subscription in order to help me to keep this channel going, you will see the link is going to be in the description below. And thank you so much, because I will be ever so grateful.